conducts this operation. He wants the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marine Corps, none of them to have any birds in the sky whatsoever. And his reason for that is so that he can bypass the rules of engagement. You see, the only reason the politicians are enforcing that rule of engagement where you have to have visual confirmation before you fire on an enemy plane is because there's a ton of planes in the air over Southeast Asia at all times, and Vietnam is already super controversial over in America, and the last thing the politicians want to have to deal with is headlines that an American plane shot down another American plane. So they just made the rule you're not allowed to shoot at anything unless you can visually see 100% for certain that it is in fact an enemy. So if Robin can make sure that the only planes in the sky are his guys and the enemy, he should be able to go bombs away the entire time and not have to worry about it. So obviously this is a massive request, and the chain of command says yes.
You son of a bitch.
Okay, so now the last thing we got to figure out, how do we make sure that these MiG-21s don't slip away? Because they're so nimble and they're so fast, they could pull a tight maneuver and be back at base before we're going to be able to catch them. So how are we going to prevent that? As soon as the MiG-21s take off and get in the air, they're going to send half of the F-4s to haul ass past the entire future battlefield, and they're just going to do hot laps around the enemy airfield, making it so the enemy can't go to land without fighting through those F-4s first, which effectively is going to give the pilots of the MiG-21s two options. They can stand and fight the F-4s, retreat, and fight the other F-4s, or they can retreat, have nowhere to land, and eventually run out of gas. And remember, the F-4s have a much larger gas tank, so they are definitely going to run out of gas first. So it's a perfect plan. There's just one small problem left. How are we going to know when the MiG-21s take off and leave the airfield? Because if we send the F-4s out too soon, then the MiG-21s won't take off at all, and then we can't bomb them on the ground, and it defeats the entire purpose of the mission. Easy problem to solve. We're going to get two spy planes, the C-130B2, aka the Silver Dawn. At this point in time, it is a state-of-the-art electronic warfare spy plane, and it's going to be able to receive all the enemy radio transmissions, so they're going to be able to tell as soon as the enemy MiG-21s take off. And obviously, given the fact that that was such an easy problem to solve, bureaucracy is obviously going to step in and make it extremely difficult, because the US military only has like 20 of these Silver Dawn spy planes, and while they are technically the property of the United States Air Force, they are directly under the command of the NSA, the National Security Agency, and they are super duper stingy about whoever gets to use these planes. Basically, the NSA gets final say as to whether or not this plane gets to participate in this mission, and that means that they're going to have to go